You're not confused, you're afraid. And the uncomfortable part is, you probably already know what you should do, but you keep telling yourself you need more clarity before you act. You tell yourself you're still thinking, still analyzing, still gathering information, but in reality, you're delaying a decision that already feels obvious. Because confusion feels safe. It gives you time, it gives you distance, and it protects you from making a move that could expose you to failure, rejection, or consequences you can't fully control. Most people believe confusion is a lack of information. They think if they just learn more, think longer, or analyze deeper, everything will eventually become clear. But that's rarely the case. Because the problem is not that you don't know enough. The problem is that you already know enough, and acting on that knowledge would require stepping into uncertainty. And uncertainty is exactly what your brain is trying to avoid. So instead of acting, you stay in analysis mode. You replay the same options, reconsider the same scenarios, and look for new perspectives that don't really change anything. And it feels productive. It feels like you're getting closer to an answer. But you're not. You're just circling around a decision you don't want to face. Because once you decide, you lose the comfort of possibility and you enter reality, where outcomes are no longer under your control. Consider someone stuck in a job they no longer want. They spend months thinking about whether they should leave. They research options, talk to people, and weigh the pros and cons again and again. On the surface, it looks like a careful and rational process. But deep down, the answer is already there. They know they're unhappy. They know they need a change. What they're really avoiding is the risk that comes with leaving. They are not confused about what to do. They are afraid of what might happen if they do it. The uncertainty of a new path, the possibility that things might not work out, and the loss of stability they currently have. So they stay confused because confusion delays action, and delay feels safer than risk. It allows them to postpone the decision without feeling like they are avoiding anything. Now consider an entrepreneur who keeps refining an idea but never launches. They adjust the concept, improve the product, rethink the strategy, and wait for the right moment. They tell themselves they are not ready yet, that something is still missing. But what is really happening is fear of exposure. Because the moment they launch, they no longer control the outcome. The market responds, people judge, and results become real. And that is uncomfortable. So instead, they stay in preparation mode. They keep improving, keep refining, and keep adjusting. And again, it feels productive. But nothing grows, because growth does not happen in preparation. It happens in exposure, when reality pushes back and forces adaptation. In both cases, confusion is not the problem. It is the cover. It is the layer that makes avoidance look intelligent. It allows you to delay without feeling like you are avoiding anything. It gives your hesitation a logical explanation. And over time, it becomes a habit. You stop noticing it, and you start believing that you genuinely do not know what to do, even when the answer is already clear. Here is the difficult truth. The moment you say, "I'm not sure," you should question it. Because in many situations, uncertainty is not about lack of knowledge. It is about resistance to action. It is about protecting yourself from a decision that feels uncomfortable. And the more important the decision is, the stronger that resistance becomes. Real clarity does not always come before action. In many cases, it comes after. You do not think your way into certainty. You act your way into it. You take a step, you get feedback, and then things become clearer. But if you wait for perfect clarity before acting, you stay stuck, not because you cannot decide, but because you refuse to accept the risk that comes with deciding. So instead of asking what you should do, ask something more honest. Ask what you are afraid will happen if you do it. That question cuts through confusion and exposes the real issue. Because once you identify the fear, the situation becomes clearer. Not easier, but clearer. And clarity is not about removing fear. It is about seeing it for what it is. You're not confused. You're afraid. And that does not make you weak. It makes you human. But if you keep hiding behind confusion, nothing changes. You stay in the same place, repeating the same thoughts, waiting for clarity that only comes after action. At some point, you have to move. Not because you are ready, but because staying still is no longer acceptable. You take the step, even if it is imperfect. You accept the uncertainty, face the outcome, and allow reality to respond. And that is where things finally begin to shift. Because progress does not come from thinking more. It comes from confronting what you have been avoiding. And once you do that, what felt confusing starts to make sense. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Subscribe to 300 Seconds University for high-density insights in under 5 minutes.